Welcome, juniors and families. It's great to see everyone tonight. My name is Beverly Sharp, and I am the principal here at Mount Juliet High School. One thing I love is seeing students with their families. What I realized with my own children, and they're adults now, but what I realized with them is they have split personalities. They have their school personality, and then they have their home with family personality, and it's nice to see them in that other role. Thank you for coming. Our counselors have prepared a presentation just to give you some really important information. At this point in your junior year, timeline is everything. Knowing when is the best time to do what, and how to be best prepared for not just the rest of this year and your senior year in high school, but whatever is best for you after you leave high school. So thank you for coming. I know you'll enjoy the presentation, and there'll be opportunities for you to ask questions when it's over. And I think presenting this evening, the junior presentation, is Denise Bergen, who is one of our counselors.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. I'm so glad y'all could make it this evening. And before we get started, I want to start by introducing all of our counselors, so you can, if you haven't met them yet, you can put a name with a face. First of all, there's Kristen Wall. Here she is coming down the aisle there. She has students with last names beginning with A through EM. And then we have Lisa Whitmire up here in front. She has students with last names beginning with EN through LAU. And then I'm Denise Bergen, and I have students with last names beginning with LAV through ROC. And then we have Arlene Barlow, who's in the back booth there, running the slideshow. She has students with last names beginning with ROD through Z. And then also we have a graduation coach. She's not with us this evening, but her name is Nikki Fosnes, and she works mainly with students who are at risk of failing. So she's a good resource for us. Okay, some of the information we're going to cover tonight, we wanted to bring you all together so we could take a look at kind of what's going on junior year. And we're going to look at the different types of tests that juniors will be taking this year. We'll talk about the Tennessee Promise, Tennessee Hope, and Tennessee Scholars. A lot of times students and parents get those mixed up. We're also going to look at how to look for scholarships and how to prepare for college. So hopefully this will be some helpful information for you. Okay, first of all juniors will be taking the ACT, the free ACT, on March 1st, 2022. And for this ACT, you do not have to register your student. We'll take care of doing that here at school. So the ACT will take place here at school during the school day. We will register the students, and if you would like for your child to take the ACT before March, just to see kind of where they're at, maybe where they need to focus on improving, you can go to act.org for additional dates. We also offer the SAT here, and the SAT is going to be offered on October 2nd, December 4th, and May 7th. So we will offer those here, and to register, you have to go to collegeboard.org to register for this one. Now you may be asking, what's the difference between the ACT and SAT? And what colleges take which test, or which colleges prefer which test? The ACT, any college will take either the ACT or the SAT. Mainly, the ACT is popular in the Midwest and in the South, whereas the SAT is more popular on the East and the West Coast. But the ACT has 4 major sections: English, math, reading, and science. It's an objective type test, whereas the SAT is going to assess how well a student analyzes and solves problems, and it has 3 major sections: math, reading, and writing. And sometimes students score better on one versus the other, so it just kind of depends on what kind of test taker your child is. Now we do have several ACT prep options available. Sycamore Learning is one. Now this is going to be a virtual prep class that's going to be offered, so if you're interested in this one, You would go to prepforthefuture.com to sign up for this. It is $99. It's a 5-hour webinar will be on September 25th, October 30th, or November 13th. Those are Saturdays, so they can sit at home and go through the virtual class. And we've had good results. We've heard good results from the students that have taken this class in the past. So this would be an additional ACT prep, because all juniors are scheduled for an ACT prep class during the year. If they're scheduled this semester, they'll be taking it the next 9 weeks. Right now they're in personal finance, so the next 9 weeks they'll take the ACT prep class. And if they have it scheduled for next semester, they'll do the ACT prep class first and then personal finance the next 9 weeks. And that's a very good class, because we have their scores from their practice ACT that they took as a sophomore, and they use those scores to focus on areas that need improvement. So it's a very good class for them to be in, and it really, if they put the effort into it and participate, it will help improve their scores. Okay, the next test that we have that's coming up real soon here is the PSAT. And as a junior, this is the time where you can qualify to be a National Merit Scholar if you score well enough. And we are offering this on October 26th. The cost is $18. And the way to pay for this is you go to your School Cash online account. An email was sent out. If you did not receive that email with the link, let us know when we can, I guess, resend it to you. But it was sent out to all the juniors and sophomores. There is also a Google form that the student needs to fill out on their Google Classroom. And then you submit the payment through the School Cash online. And the deadline for that is it October 4th? October 4th. Okay, so you still have some time to sign up for it. If a student scores well enough and they qualify as a semifinalist, this opens the door to many scholarship opportunities. So it is worth, if you're a good test taker, you do well in testing, I would highly recommend taking this test as well. More tests, okay. Okay, we also offer the ASVAB. This will be offered in January 25th. And this is, it's not only been used as a military acceptance test, but it's not just for that. It's also a very good career inventory. So if you're really not sure what you want to do after high school, this is a great test to take. It points you to different careers that may be of interest to you based on how you score on the test. And this is free, and we will open up registration for this probably right after fall break. And January 25th is when that will be offered. The next, you have your standard Tennessee Ready test that students will be taking at the end of the semester. And then AP exams, which will occur in May. Okay. And they'll start receiving payment for those classes soon. You'll see an email about that soon. Okay, the Tennessee Promise. Now, the Tennessee Promise and the Hope and the Tennessee Scholar, sometimes it's hard to get these confused, but Tennessee Promise, remember, is good at a 2-year community college or technical school, and it's worth approximately $8,000 over the 2 years. And they don't apply for this until their senior year. The deadline to apply is November 1st of their senior year, which we will make sure that we get all of our students to apply for this. Even if they don't intend on attending a community college or technical school, we still have all of our seniors fill out the application by November 1st, because it's good to have it as a backup plan, because you never know, your plans may change and you may decide to go to a community college, get the 2 years free, and then move on to a 4-year college. So we do keep all our students on track, make sure that they sign up for it. There's, in the past it's been 2 mandatory meetings, but I think this year it's just 1 mandatory. Is that right? I think they changed it, and it's going to be There's, okay, one in the fall and one in the spring, and they're virtual meetings this year. Now that may change next year, but they'll be virtual this year. And they have to also do 8 hours of community service, but they can't start that community service until November of their senior year. And they will upload that information onto their website. Tennessee Promise is always looking for mentors because they match the students up with a mentor that kind of keeps up with them, encourages them throughout the whole process. So if any of you parents are interested in being a mentor, just go to TennesseePromise.gov and you can sign up. Okay, now the Hope Scholarship is good at a 4-year college or university, and it's worth about $16,000 over the 4 years. And to qualify for the Hope, it's either an unweighted GPA of 3.0 or a 21 on your ACT. So it's either or. And seniors will have to fill, and parents, you fill out your FAFSA application, but again, this is done your senior year. And we will have a workshop set up for parents senior year if y'all need help with filling out this application, because it can be kind of tedious and if you're filling it out for the first time especially. So we'll have representatives that come in and help the parents fill that out. But again, that's senior year. All right, now, to be a Tennessee Scholar, sometimes a lot of the students and parents think that this is a scholarship. This is more of a recognition. Tennessee Scholar, it's good to have on your resume, to put on your applications for colleges, because it shows them that the student has gone above and beyond. They have at least a GPA of a 2.0. They've had great attendance, 80 hours of community service, and that's over the 4 years in high school. And they've had the combination of 2 CTE, the Career Technical Education classes, AP, dual enrollment, or fine arts classes. And most students get that throughout their 4 years. And no out-of-school suspensions. Okay, so the main thing to concentrate on to be a Tennessee Scholar is getting in the community service and the no out-of-school suspensions, and good attendance, of course. Now, for community service opportunities, we do have a website, on our website, under the counseling tab, there's a community service tab. You can click there, and anytime we get in information on different organizations looking for volunteers, we'll post it there. We'll also send out remind messages. So if you're not signed up for Remind, I'll give you that number at the end of the presentation here. We also have a scholarship database. Ms. Barlow, can you show them how to get to that? You go to the Mount Juliet High School website, and again, click on the counseling tab, and then there's a tab on the left. She's going to show us how to do it here. No, not that. That's for seniors. Okay. But you click on the counseling tab, and then there's a scholarship database. Well, it's not working? Okay, go back. Anyway, there are tons of scholarships in there. And you can just kind of scroll through there, and it tells you what the criteria is for each scholarship and see which ones that you may be eligible for. Really looking for a scholarship, it's a lot of work. I mean, you do have to put the time in and do the searches, but this is one place that you can start. Another place to start, if you already know what college you want to attend, you can go to that college's website and look and see what type of scholarships they offer to get a good idea of what kind of GPA they're looking for, or ACT. A lot of times, the scholarships are based on that. But all colleges, when you go to their website, have a tab for just scholarships. So go and check those out as well if you know which college you want to attend. We also have many websites here that are helpful for scholarship searches. Let's get to that. All right, our Army National Guard, our National Guard with the Army wanted me to put this plug in for them. There's the Tennessee Strong Act. They will pay for students to go to college. There's a list of colleges that they will pay full 100% tuition if you're part of the National Guard while in college. And it really only requires like 1 weekend a month and then 2 weeks in the summer that you devote to them. So if you're interested in that, students, this is a way to help pay for your college. It's good at all, look, the major universities there, Austin Peay, ETSU, MTSU, Belmont. I mean, there's tons of schools there. So that may be something to look into as well if that's an interest of yours. Okay, and then we have a whole list of different websites you can go to search for colleges. That collegeboard.org is good. They also have a career inventory on there if you want to do that as well. FastWeb is another good one. That one has you go and answer questions. It'll send you scholarships based on how you answer the questions that are more specific to you and what you're looking for. So in preparing for college, you really want to be proactive. You want to use the internet to become familiar with the college that you're interested in or the technical school. Learn when the deadlines are for applying and also for the scholarship opportunities. Attend college fairs. And you guys have a college fair on this Friday that we're going to at Cumberland University. But we do have to have the permission slip filled out. So there was an email sent out, and we just sent another one out to this evening. If you didn't get it or misplaced it, the parents need to fill out that permission form so that your student can attend the college fair. That'll be at Cumberland. We're leaving at 10:15. Buses are taking us up there, and we'll be back by noon. Also, we have many college representatives that are coming here to visit with us. And also, visit the college campuses. If you get a chance, like during break, you want to go to UT Knoxville or to MTSU, you can call and arrange for a tour of the campus and also talk, if you know especially what department you're interested in or what career you're interested in, you can go and meet with those department heads. So if you have the time, it's good to go ahead and start scheduling those tours of the campuses. Start trying to narrow down where you want to go. You want to prepare for the ACT, and we have many resources for that. And also, again, you want to challenge yourself with AP, dual enrollment, and honors classes. That's going to be one of the best ways to help get you prepared for college, taking those challenging classes. Now, going back to next slide, the college fair again, that's this Friday, so don't forget to get your permission slip in, because if you don't have it, you won't be able to attend it. And then we have some different college reps that are coming to visit us this month and next. We have Western Kentucky, Cumberland, we have the Army National Guard, UTC, University of Alabama, and University of Memphis. And as we get these, we'll send out remind messages, but these are the ones that we have scheduled so far. And they'll be set up in the cafeteria, so just stop by if you're interested in school, if you want to find out more information about them. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about graduating with honors and distinction. To graduate with honors, it's basically meeting the readiness scores, benchmarks on the ACT, which in English it's an 18, math a 22, reading 22, and science 23. So you meet those benchmarks, you're going to graduate with honors. And we have many students that do that, so that is very attainable. Graduating with distinction, you have to have at least a 3.0 and then meet one of the following requirements here. Have either an ACT of a 31 or higher, have at least a 3 on 2 AP exams, earn 12 or more semester hours through dual enrollment, or statewide recognitions, tournaments, conventions, or if you have any type of if you're in the CNA, you can get your CNA certification if you're in the health science elective focus. All those will help you graduate with distinction. So you'll get a little extra emblem on your diploma. And then also, I forgot to mention, when you graduate as a Tennessee Scholar, you get like this medallion you get to wear at graduation. The students seem to like that. So, all right. Governor's School. Now, applications have not yet opened up for Governor's School, but there are 11 different programs in Governor's School, and this is an excellent opportunity for those students in the top of their class, top 10% of their class, who really have a good idea what they want to do with their future. These universities, there's a website you can go to, but I guess you won't be able to pull that up, Arlene, or you want to try again? But the students can go here and they can earn college credit. It's during the summer. It's a very good, hands-on networking experience for the students. Oh, okay. So once the application's open, and if you want to go ahead and go to that website and check out the different programs, there's programs in agriculture, fine arts, physics, humanities. I mean, really, just about any interest you may have. And they actually go and live on the campus for about 4 weeks in the summer. And again, you can graduate with distinction with this. Yeah, those are the different schools that offer it. Okay, here's the remind message. If you'll text MJH 2023 to 81010. Any messages we send out to the students, you will get those. Again, we'll send out messages regarding scholarships, community service, anything that's going on, like the college fair that's coming up, anything that we need to remind them of. So it's very important to get signed up for that. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, I bet y'all do. Well, I must have done a good job then covering everything. Yes. Yes. Well, for the Tennessee Promise, you have to maintain a 2.0. Okay. Yes, in college. If you're doing the 2-year, he wants to know what grade point average you have to maintain the Tennessee Promise and the Hope. And then for the Hope, I think it changes. It's like a 3.0, and then
This is a 2.75 the first 2 years, but then it's 3.0 after that. So we always instruct our students to maintain that 3.0 when they get going, and you never have to be on probation.
yeah. So like the first 2 years, she said, is a 2.75, and then the next 2 years, I believe, a 3.0.
There's a minimum of credits they have to have.
I'm sorry.
Is there a minimum of credits?
Yeah, you have to be a full-time student. Yes. Now, with the Tennessee Promise, in order to take advantage of that, the students do have to go to college right out of high school. You can't put off a semester and then go. Now, with the Hope Scholarship, that's still good. You can put that off, I believe, 18 months. And then, if you decide to go back to school, you can still get the Hope. Okay? But not with the Tennessee Promise, you have to immediately go right after high school. Yes, ma'am. How do you access what? There's an email, the permission slips for the college fair. We send an email out to all the parents. Came through Skyward. So you just go in and it's a Google form that you would fill out. It's real short and sweet. And we just sent.
It just went out again this afternoon.
Yeah, it just went out again this afternoon. So look in your emails. The email that we have on file in Skyward is parent email, not the students. Okay. Yes. Oh. You go.
You said that they had a practice ACT that they took last year. Have they got their scores or?
They will get them in their ACT prep class. Now, the counselors, we have the scores. If you're curious, just call your student's counselor and we can get that for you. Yes, we have the practice SAT scores, ACT scores. And somebody else, you had a question? No, HOPE is for Tennessee state schools only. Yes, that's correct. They want to keep you here in Tennessee. That's a good question, though. All right. Anything else? Well, y'all have been a great audience. We have someone in the back. Yes, we are going to post the presentation on the Mount Juliet High School website and also on their Google Classroom. And it is being recorded, so you can see the recording of it as well. Yes. Yes, you have to be a full-time student, 4 years. What you? Yes. Yes, it's for rising seniors and rising juniors. Yeah. Yes. You know, they are free. It is if you are accepted. Now there are some. I believe the one in fine arts, there is a fee you have to pay. But the majority of them are free. So it's a very good opportunity if the student's accepted into it. Yes.
The whole scholarship that you mentioned, are those scholarships in addition, I think the scholarship in the school they're in, those scholarships, is that, do they get those scholarships?
Yes, that's correct. So they can get other scholarships in addition to the HOPE if they're eligible for the HOPE, yes.
If the student intends to do a four-year college, should they still apply for the promise?
Yes. She asked if a student intends to attend a 4-year college, should they still apply for the Tennessee Promise? And we have all of our seniors apply for the Tennessee Promise, whether or not they're going to use it or not. If they know they're going to a 4-year school, we still have them fill out that application because you never know. Something might come up, something might happen, and if you don't meet that November 1st deadline, then you're no longer eligible. So that's why we have everyone sign up for it, whether they're going to use it or not. Yeah, good question. They are on the Mount Juliet High School website.
What was the question?
The counselor's website email address are on the website. Yeah. Anything else? Y'all been good? Way in the back. Yeah, you know, normally they are open by now, but they're not. And the deadline for them used to be November 1st, but last year with COVID, they changed it to like December. So it'll be probably in the next month. And we'll send out remind messages. We'll put announcements on BNN as well. This is for Governor's School. Well, y'all have been awesome. We do appreciate you coming. We do have a senior meeting scheduled here at 6:30. They're going to go a little bit more in depth on the Tennessee Promise and the HOPE Scholarship that y'all can attend. If you want to stick around for that, feel free to do that. But we'll be having that same presentation for you next year when your student's a senior. If y'all have additional questions, please feel free to contact your counselor.